Hey folks, it's Lindsey Huddles from SPS back in the building over at Stockbridge High School, home of the Panthers, and I got to see this great team play just a few days ago, and I told many of the players they played and beat, I don't think you know this, Coach Boles, my former high school, Detroit Henry Ford.
Oh,
yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, so these guys, they were cheesing and they did good to try to hold it back, but I'm here with Coach Derrick Boles, and somebody I've been getting a chance to know since the summer.
Absolutely.
Doing great things, unstoppable Boles, that is, and you're over here in a coaching capacity as it relates to the climate and the culture. So let's talk a little bit about your unique role and all the other great things that you got going on too.
No, I appreciate that. Well, just first and foremost, always honored to have the opportunity to pour into people, man. And this community has embraced me at a pretty high level. And so, I am really brought in primarily to infuse ideas on how to win games, and not only that, to teach young men how to become better individuals outside of basketball.
Yeah, I was able to catch something by, and I love the fact that I get to come and experience the practice, kind of be that quote-unquote fly on the wall, and you were making a reference to one young man and something as simple as him starting to talk in practice, and how that was, just this big, snowball effect to positivity.
Yeah, I mean, part of the issue, especially in athletics, is, people will always try to fit into a mold or a box that unfortunately doesn't help them become the best version of themselves. And this young man really just started to bring energy and started to talk defensively, and then he started in the shooting drill, and his team won, and then he hit the half-court shot, and so his energy shifted the dynamics of the practice, and that's a big deal, man.
And I can attest to that, because I was sitting here closer to the other team that seemed to be rolling, but then when I started hearing him talk, I look up the other team doing push-ups. I'm like, oh, wow, it did change.
Oh, yeah.
But I can appreciate you, and this is me putting my sports psychology hat on, pointing that out and saying, stay with me on this. Let me take you through that. So it wasn't the guys saying, okay, but seeing the actual tangible connection, and you can build on that.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I think, especially in a community where there's been, sometimes you get people, unfortunately, as fans, as parents, as people who think they know the game of basketball, but they don't understand some of the stuff that they bring to the table really could undermine the program from becoming good. And so we really have to hold our young men, our young players to that next level to get them to think forwardly instead of being in the box.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to your tone and how you present. Does this impact the coaching tree you come from? Shout out to OG Mike Garland, and kind of having that kind of demeanor where you kind of pick up some things naturally from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Garland is, you already know. I mean, I played for him in high school. You saw what he done at Michigan State.
Absolutely.
He's connected to a number of NBA guys.
Coach, you might have to come back. I know you don't want to come back. I just thought about that. It's okay, though. I'm going to get in trouble when I go to the media event going forward. But no, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was just me thinking out loud.
Yeah, well.
And I know he's saying, I ain't coming back. I'm done.
Well, but here's the thing, and I love Coach Garland, and even for me, even in our relationship right now, he still mentors me.
Sure.
And so for me, being able to have a voice that has that much gravitas and that much pull, and already have had success at the highest level, I mean, what do you say to that?
No, I think because he's so accessible and so down to earth, it's so easy to take that for granted.
Right.
But then you also see the impact he has. I know you have a number of other great things going on, especially with the program that you and Coach Garland are doing. Anything you want to share or give us a kind of sneak preview to as far as some things you're focused on that we could be on the lookout for?
Yeah. I'm slowly building an organization to teach leadership at the Super Bowl, which is a pretty big deal. We want to, I'm gonna be in Vegas. I'm gonna be there with a number of people who want to pour into that next generation, and we just want to take the word leadership and then put it into an actual program where kids can play in a camp and then leave the camp with skill sets that they can use for the rest of their life. And so that's a pretty big deal.
That's important. I'm not trying to be the guy to bring up something that you said, but I did have a camp that I was encouraged to do, and we had things like the the media training. We had things like the mindfulness training and all these other things. And the parent of a top kid who's actually a Mr. Basketball candidate said this to me, and it blew my mind. He said, man, most of these camps, they basically just roll the balls out.
Right.
You know, and so what you're saying is so important in your background, your skill set. And let me just add this to your temperament. You know, you have size. You're all a 6 what?
I'm 6'5".
6'5".
You know.
So you have size, and I'm sure you've been able to navigate that. But along with your size, you have a temperament that's engaging. This is just me and my observation.
Right.
I think that's important because sometimes people can use their size to be intimidating.
Sure.
But I think you use your size, and you know better than anybody because it's you to kind of bring people in a way that's appreciative, and I appreciate that.
Well, and you know, we live in a time now, especially where having those soft skills and those ability to connect with people outside of what you do on the basketball court is a big deal. And so, you know, one of the things that I think that next generation, those millennials, need to understand, like, it's not just about can you make shots and dunk and all that stuff, but when you get off the court, what do you bring to the table? And not only that, can you contribute to a community that needs your leadership?
Yeah, and I'll leave it with this, and I'll let you have the final word, but I tell some of the young people when they do their interviews, and I'm trying to coach them through it, I said they want to look and say, how would that university's name look on your chest?
Right.
You know, and how are you going to be, like you said, a part of the community? And you're kind of giving a segue into what's happening in the future in 2024 in Michigan. You're talking about high school name, image, and likeness, and those things. And like you said, it ain't just because you can dunk or you can shoot. What are these other things? So I want you to have the final words, and I also want you to include some shout-outs in there for people who deserve some shout-outs too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, more importantly, you know, I'm just excited that we got a chance to connect. And, you know, my whole thing is this, you know, we are in a time right now with everything that's happening in our world, this cancel culture, these ideas that, you know, you can cut people out and that's it. Like, we got to find ways to find resolutions. And not only that, build relationships long term.
What is that we're so quick to want to have this finality with somebody and be like, you're done. You're done.
Well, I think, and I hate to say it, I think the social media piece has played a major role. And then on the flip side of that, now people are being manipulated on what they see on social media because some of that stuff isn't even true.
AI is in the building now, voiceovers and all this type of stuff.
Right.
So if you're not using no critical thinking skills or some research, it can be tough. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I got nothing but love for OG, Coach Garland. I mean,
OG's the man.
He's doing some unbelievable stuff, and I wanna let you know he just finished his book.
Did he?
Oh, his book is off the charts.
Okay,
he allowed me to read it. And,
I'm on it.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna meet you at Whole Foods so you can sign it. That's where we meet up at Whole Foods. And his wife is so sweet. She just let me talk to him for a while. He's a godsend. I think everyone knows that, but I want to use this platform to give Mike Garland his flowers. He knows what he means to me, and I can only imagine what he means to you having that too. So anyone else you want to say?
Man, I mean, obviously, I want to give love to Coach Izzo. I think, he's doing some unbelievable stuff, and they going through it right now. But I promise, the thing I love about Coach Izzo is they find solutions.
Absolutely.
And so that is important, you know, because they have a number of guys who can flat out go.
And these numbers that they're putting up now, wins and losses, is the numbers that they put up in 2000 when they won a championship.
Right.
So it's not like it's so far beyond. But to your point about the cancel culture and the social media, people are so immediate and quick and want this. And then also, the basketball that we last saw was championship basketball last season. This is that everybody, high school, college, everybody's getting together, getting to know it, but we want what we want when we want it. Well, look, I know we're going to have more opportunities to talk. I want to wish you the best of luck. I'm glad we got a chance to sit down and talk and share and give roses what roses do. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to get on up out of here, and we'll be keeping an eye out what you're doing over here with Stockbridge and all of your other work, too.
Absolutely.
With that being said, this is Lindsay Osmond with SPS, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.